Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. If you're new to my channel, my name is Anne, and on my channel I review foreign international content. Today I'm back to review episode 5 and 6, and this show is called Forecasting Love and Weather, and it's a South Korean series. So if you're watching, please join us. I'm doing this every week. Please let us know what you're thinking about the show in the comments. That always helps. Anyway, let's get to it. Like you saw my caption, I put down they both definitely have daddy issues or father issues. That was really sad to watch about what happened to both their dads. So in episode 5 we end and he's getting a phone call and we were thinking, oh, it must be the ex-girlfriend who's calling him again to keep bothering him, only to find out the person who had been calling him over and over and keep bugging him is his dad. And then obviously we saw him go and get money, and then we just realized that his dad has a huge issue with gambling, and he is giving him all his savings. And this man, his dad is, I'm sorry, such a douchebag, right? When he could not get money from him, he goes looking for her because he saw them at the motel and was like, oh, she's a director? Okay, I'm gonna use her to get to the son. Like, so selfish and so unfair. I swear, some people are totally not meant to be parents, right? Like, he is so terrible. And then obviously we saw in her case, she told him that her dad, went on a business trip and never came back. But obviously, as the viewers, we saw she walked in when she was younger and he had hanged himself. Obviously, it looked like they were having some financial problems because everything in the house had a sticker on it, meaning collections had come in and they're wanting to sell everything, right? I thought it was interesting because when we came into episode 5 and they both meet at that motel and then they don't want to tell each other why they each are there, and I'm thinking, if this relationship is going to be based on secrets, then it's about to be really challenging. But I'm so glad that, obviously episode 5 and 6, they did get to discuss, and he was honest in saying, look, it's my dad, and I'm so sorry that he even came to you to try and blackmail you to get money, right? So I'm hopeful about their relationship. And then she's like telling him to move in. And I was like, is that a good idea or not? I mean, technically speaking, he needs a place to go live because he's being kicked out. And then she just offered, come and live with me, and I think we saw a little preview of next week. It seems like maybe he did not move in, but it'll be interesting to see how they navigate that. The other thing I thought was interesting was how she's so dedicated to her work, to the point where she's neglecting family. Her mom was sick and she's just like, no, I can't leave. I gotta watch. I'm the director. Nothing goes on without me. Have you ever met people like that who always thinks that the job cannot go on if you're not there? But we've all known, if you've ever worked long enough in any company, remember, you can always be replaced anytime, right? So that's why they always say, yes, work hard, but don't forget yourself. Like, she's just thinking like it will move on. Even her coworker was like, trust that we are also well qualified, that if you're not here, we would still do the job, right? The fact that they both had to convince her to go to her mom in the hospital who's sick, I was just like, okay, this is a problem. Like, where you are so involved with your job that you've neglected everything, which we saw with that one other coworker who now after 14 years comes back, and now the wife is a stranger, the daughter is a stranger, and he's completely lost his family. And here he probably was working hard for his family and they don't know him. They do not know him. Now he's hiding in a motel, can't even go home, right? Very, very interesting. I think it's a good reminder that there should be a balance between work and life. That work-life balance. Work can't be everything, Once again, like I said, anybody can be replaced. People think that they are so important in a job that you cannot be replaced. Someone once said, you can get sick before you get admitted in the hospital, your job already has a replacement for you. So like, priorities, right? Priorities. Nobody says don't work hard. Just remember, you can be replaced, right? And then him over here is with the wife over here who is like getting cold feet. She doesn't want to register the wedding. And then we realized he was a bad writer. She wrote for him. And by the way, when he couldn't come up with anything to write, first of all, that was hilarious, right? And then why does she continue to help him if that's your ex-boyfriend who treated you like trash? Like, why is she still helping him? And I have a feeling once he finds out, we're about to have more fights between all these four of them, right? I just thought it was weird that she would still help him even after all they've been through together. And by the way, the other coworker that I really love who works with these two is the one, he's got a nice apartment. He is like living his best life, right? He shows up at home. He's got his nice pajamas. He got his music going on. He's drinking the best wine, the best food. He loves his space. I love that. I so love his life. He's making coffee. He just doesn't brew coffee. He brews the coffee like the original way. Like, I love people who are self-aware and love themselves, not in a selfish way, but this is my space, this is my sanctuary, and I protect it. Even when he was like, can I move in with you? He was like, no. Mm-mm. And then when the sister brought the food and dropped it with him, and now it's making his apartment stink, he is so not happy about that, right? Anyway, what do you think about episode 5 and 6? I think we were kind of aware that they're going to have some hurdles. They're going to have some things they're going to have to work through in their relationship. And clearly now it's starting to happen, right? We got the daddy's issues. They're having issues with their fathers. Obviously for her dad died. So it tells me she's probably probably changed her in some way. She doesn't trust people. Like she said to him, I hate being left in the dark. So if you ever feel like this relationship is over, just tell me. Don't let me not know. Kind of like what happened to her ex-boyfriend over there who ended up cheating with her and she was still in the dark, right? So she hates that. Anyway, so far so good. I love it. What do you think? Let me know down below if you're still enjoying it. Please do give me a like if you do like my videos. Subscribe. It does help to support my channel. And I'll see you again next week when we review episodes 7 and 8. Thank you. Deuces.